Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Monday, January 23rd, and this is my morning market breakdown of the US dollar pairs, including gold and a couple of the yen pairs. As always, we're starting off with the US dollar index because that basically tells us what to do on all the US dollar pairs themselves. So we did end up making a little bit of a push down right here. There is definitely a chance that this is like a running ABC, meaning that it made a lower high, and it just keeps on going down from here. But based on especially my weekly time frame analysis, I don't think that this is over yet. I still think that this either needs to go up and finish off a wave C, like what I was showing last week, like this is an ABC to a downtrend, or potentially it's actually a wave 3 and it just keeps on going up and eventually takes out the structure. I'm still betting that this down here is an ABC on the weekly time frame, and I still think there's a better chance that this is going to keep on going up. But we definitely want to keep in mind that it could just be an ABC within a downtrend. So, taking it down to roughly the 4 hour time frame, I am definitely looking at this move down right here as possibly a pullback. Now, whether or not this pullback is over or not is the question. We are getting a pretty decent little fib bounce right here, but there's probably a chance that it might go down and make a double bottom before it actually goes up. I am definitely still bullish, but normally pullbacks do happen in more of a three-way pattern. So I wouldn't be surprised if the dollar did make another little push down before it actually ended up going back up. So basically, what we need to do now is we need to take that analysis from the US dollar and we need to apply it to the US dollar pairs themselves and trade based on what we think is going to happen on the US dollar index. So starting off on the euro dollar, we'll go back up to the daily time frame. Euro dollar definitely is trying to make a turn right here. It is looking like it's trying to engulf up. And like I was saying last week, there is a chance that this ends up going back up. I mean, the weekly time frame is technically up based on structure. It definitely could keep going up. And if it does close it golfing up by the end of the day, I will start looking for longs tomorrow. And if it just keeps on going, I'll be looking for longs anyway. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. But based on my US dollar analysis, I still think there's a very good likelihood that the euro dollar is going to go down because I still think the US dollar index is going to go up. Now, like I was saying, there is a chance that this goes up and makes like a double top or something like that, and there's a chance it might just keep on going up. But I think there's probably a chance that it might go up, do something like this, go down, break structure, then end up continuing the downtrend. Based on what I see on the US dollar index, I think that this is the most likely scenario. Now, if it just keeps on trending up, and if you go long right here and it just keeps on pushing beyond the 78% and eventually goes up and breaks structure, then fine, just continue to go long, and that potentially would tell us that the daily time frame has made a turn back to the upside. So moving on to the pound dollar, back up to the daily time frame. Same deal with the pound dollar. I mean, just like the euro dollar, I really wouldn't be surprised if this was just an ABC correction within an uptrend. Technically, the weekly time frame is up, and we do have to keep in mind that the weekly is up. So if we do get an engulfing up at a Fibonacci level, then we definitely do want to go back to being bullish, at least on this daily time frame we do. We don't have it golfing up at a fib level yet. If the daily candle closes and golfing up, then I'll start looking for logs tomorrow. And if I'm looking for logs and it just keeps on going up, then great. But as of right now, and as of what I see on the dollar index, I am definitely still bearish, and I still think there is a pretty good likelihood that it is going to keep going down. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, just like what I said on the euro dollar, it kind of looks like this is a little ABC, and it looks like it might end up popping up to retest the 61 and potentially go up to the 78% before it actually goes down. So maybe there is going to be a little bit of a long for shorter time frame traders, and if you do go long and it just keeps on going up, then great, that's a good trade. If you go long and it goes up to like the 61 and the 78%, makes a nice big engulfing move to the downside, then definitely stop, close your longs out and start looking for shorts again, because the daily time frame is still telling us that the trend is down on the daily based on market structure and market flow, and the dollar index is also telling us the same thing. Moving on to the Aussie dollar, the Aussie is still potentially one of the stronger of the dollar pairs. It definitely looks like this could be a pullback within an uptrend. So if it does close engulfing up, then we definitely want to continue to look for longs. Friday's candle is a little bit engulfing, so there is a chance that it is going to keep on going up. The only reason why I think that that potentially is not what's going to happen is because of the dollar analysis. If I was just analyzing this pair all by itself, I would just be bullish and I would say nothing but logs, and we should be going long every single chance we get, which I think we should. But because of the dollar analysis, I would definitely put my Fibonacci retracement from here to here. I would definitely look at this move up right here as possibly a pullback. It definitely did go down and break some structure on the 1 hour, so we could have a break of structure, we could have a pullback, we could have a nice Fibonacci bounce, and we could have potentially the continuation of the downtrend from there. So this one's a little tough because it is a very strong pair and it might just keep on going up. The weekly is up, the daily is up. But because of the dollar analysis, I would definitely be looking at this move up as possibly a pullback within a downtrend. Moving on to the US dollar CAD, and just like the other dollar pairs, we're basing this on basically what we see on the dollar index, which tells me that potentially this is going to keep on going up. My minimum target, I still think, is 100% if it's a wave C, and then it's going to do this. If it's a wave 3, it's actually just going to continue to make higher highs, higher lows on this daily time frame and eventually go up and break structure. So, based on the dollar analysis, we are definitely still bullish on this one also. Going down to the 1 hour time frame is where I got my Fibonacci retracement on the whole last push up right here. To me, it kind of looks like some sort of a flat pattern. It looks like impulsive down. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up. It looks like impulsive down. We already got a fib bounce. It might end up going back down and we tested that 78%, but I still think it's more likely just going to keep on going up. So I am definitely recommending longs on this one also. Like I said, it definitely has that, flat look to it. Impulsive down A, 3 waves up B, impulsive down C, 78% Fibonacci bounce. I really would like to see a significant higher low or potentially a break of structure on around this 1 hour time frame to confirm that this is really the end of an ABC pullback and it really is continuing back up. Moving on to the US dollar Swiss, basically the same analysis as the dollar CAD and the dollar index. If it's a wave C to the upside, it potentially would go up to around 100%, and then it would turn down right around the 0.784 to 0.786 area. If it's actually a wave 3, then it's just going to keep on making higher highs, higher lows, which is still the analysis that I think is most likely to happen. But I am willing to trade however it tells me to trade, meaning that if it's a wave C, I'm more than happy to stop looking for logs when I need to. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, just like the dollar CAD, we got a pretty decent little 78% fib bounce. We are making some higher lows. Maybe it is going to end up going down a little bit, but as long as it makes higher lows and it keeps continuing to make higher highs, higher lows, I would definitely be recommending logs in an uptrend. More than likely, based on what I see on the dollar index, I think that this is going to keep on pushing up, and I still think the dollar is going to keep on pushing up with it. Now moving on to gold. Gold finally hit that 78% target that I've been talking about for at least a week now. If you watch my videos from last week, I said the 61% is my next target, but I also said that it could push up to the 78%. And the fact that gold is still in a very strong uptrend in the weekly and the monthly tells me that there's always a chance with gold that it just goes up and makes a new high. I still think that we're in either a B or a 2, and I still think that it's going to bounce from the 61 to the 78% and go down and make a C, which would look like this and then go back up. Or potentially it's going to make a 3, which would go down and give us a more significant break of structure on the daily time frame. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, what we need to do in order to know that this move up is over is we need to see a break of structure at a Fibonacci level. We do not have a break of structure at a Fibonacci level yet, and more than likely to me it looks like a 1, 2, 3. Now if it makes a wave 4, then goes up and makes a wave 5, and then goes down, making a double top and a break of structure, that's what would turn me bearish if it does that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 break of structure to the downside at a Fibonacci level is what will tell me that this wave is complete, potentially the end of a wave C of 2 or the end of a wave C of 2 or a wave C of B. Now, if it doesn't break structure at a fib level, but instead it makes a higher low, then makes more higher lows, and just keeps on pushing up, then the 78% Fibonacci retracement would be my next target, which, by the way, the 78% Fibonacci retracement is right around the 5,340 area, maybe 342 area. So there is definitely a good chance that it pushes up to there. And like I said, with gold, there's a chance it just keeps on continuing its uptrend. Gold is technically still in an uptrend on the daily, weekly, and monthly. It's technically has not confirmed end of a wave 3 yet. Moving on to the dollar yen. Now, based on the dollar analysis, I still think there's a chance that maybe we are going to get another wave up. But like I was saying last week, it could still end up being a pullback to this move down. So if it does engulf to the downside or break structure to the downside at the 61 or the 78%, then we definitely want to go back to being bearish. So we need to keep an eye on this. I always consider the dollar yen more of a yen pair than a dollar pair. So, I would base this analysis more on what I see on all the other yen pairs rather than what I see on the dollar index. So going down to the 1 hour time frame, I think we still need to be bullish for now. Yes, it did break structure on the 1 hour, but this potentially has a impulsive down, one, two, three waves up, impulsive down look also. Maybe it is going to go down again, but even if it does, I think for now at least we still need to be bullish. If it makes like that big double top at the fib level, or it breaks structure, more likely like an engulfing move to the downside on the daily, then that definitely would turn me bearish. But until we actually see that, I would definitely be looking at anything I see to the downside as nothing more than potentially a pullback within an uptrend. Now moving on to the euro yen. I always consider all the yen pairs together as a group, and if they're all going up, then they're all going to go up. Now we haven't engulfed to the downside at a fib level yet. We are at the 38%. We definitely are getting some resistance right here, but until it actually engulfs down, we don't really know for sure that this is going to hold. It could go up to the 50. It could go up to the 61%. It could potentially just keep on going up if it never engulfs to the downside at a fib level. So we need to do what the market tells us to do, and right now the market is still telling us to look for longs in an uptrend. Moving down to the 1 hour time frame, because of this, I am definitely looking for longs. Unfortunately, the long was actually last night in the Asian session. I say unfortunately because this is like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning my time. And it looks potentially like a flat. It looks like one down, one up, or WXY, whatever you want to call it. It looks like it's potentially already over, and it looks like it might just keep on going up from here. So really, the best thing we can hope for is that it does end up making a push to the downside, because if it does make a push to the downside, that hopefully would give us an opportunity to go long again. I think based on the daily time frame, we do need to continue to look for longs because the daily hasn't given us a reason to be bearish yet. Then moving on to the pound yen. The pound yen is still quite a bit different than the other yen pairs just because it still has not been able to engulf to the upside. The last bearish candle is this white candle. It still has not engulfed up. Now it may engulf up, and it definitely could. It might just be lagging the other yen pairs, but the fact that a lot of the other yen pairs could end up continuing down, and this one hasn't even engulfed up yet, means that it could just end up going down. It may never engulf up. It may just make a lower high. It may just be consolidating. This could even turn into like a wave one, wave two, and wave three, and just keep on going down from here. Until it actually engulfs to the upside, we have no proof whatsoever that it's really going up. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I think probably we should put our fib on this 1 hour time frame from here to here. Because if it does bounce at the 61, which looks like a really good area because there's a nice drop-based drop zone right here, or potentially it goes out to the 78% and then makes a nice turn to the downside, I would still be looking for shorts on this, even though the rest of the yen pairs are actually telling me to look for longs. Now the thing is if it doesn't do that and it just keeps on pushing up and it never turns at a Fibonacci level, then there's no reason to go short. There's no actual entry to go short if it doesn't actually form a setup. But if it does form a setup, and if it does make an engulfing move to the downside, it potentially could go all the way back down and start taking out all these lows on the 1 hour time frame. Until the daily time frame gives us some sort of proof, I am definitely still bullish. I am definitely still looking for longs in the uptrend, and I really don't see any reason to do anything besides. I'm sorry, I'm looking for shorts in a downtrend, and until it actually proves to me on the daily time frame that it's going up, I don't really see any reason to do anything besides that. So anyways, don't forget to check out my website, fxpipcollector.com, if you want to follow along with my swing trades or my day trades, and you want to be part of a great trading community on Discord. As always, thank you for watching and have a great day.